Today's poetic form is called couplets. A couplet is a two-line stanza, which means that there's only two lines, but it could be two lines and then another two lines and then another two lines and then another two lines. And each of those two-line stanzas have to rhyme. And so that's the rule about this form, is that two lines have to rhyme. And then you can have two other lines, and then you can have two other lines, and you can have two other lines, and you could keep going and going. Or you could just cut it off with two lines that rhyme. Here was one written by Shel Silverstein, and he writes just a short two-line couplet, and he says, it's titled Whoosh, "My hair blower worked in reverse today. There's really nothing much more to say." So you hear at the end of that, today and say. So you have two lines that rhyme. And so that's an easy couplet. When you think of couplets, it could be titled or topicked about anything. This one is by Kelly Meyer, and it's entitled Music. Music. Voice of instruments fill the air, sounds of music everywhere. The violins sing as the tambourines ring. And so it was just those lines. And so you see music, there's two lines that rhyme, another two lines that rhyme. There's another one about friends, but in this one, you'll see that there's four stanzas to it, and all of those are going to end with rhymes for that particular stanza. The stanzas don't have to rhyme with each other. So here's an example. Friends. My friends are fun to have around, except when they stomp their feet and frown. My friends like to bother boys, but I would rather play with toys. My friends like to ride a bike, but I'd rather take a hike. But that's okay. We're still friends anyway. By Brianne Franey. And so a couplet is going to, again, have some sort of a story to tell or a thought to share. For example, this one shares a thought. It's called Trees by Joyce Kilmer. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. And so it was expressing the observation that she made about trees. Here's another one that expresses maybe a thought-provoking idea. And so this one's called Leisure by William H. Davies. What if this life, if full of care, nope, I'm gonna start that over. What is this life, if full of care? We have no time to stand and stare, no time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep or cows, no time to see when woods we pass, where squirrels hide their nuts in grass, no time to see in broad daylight, streams full of stars like skies at night, no time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet, how they can dance, no time to wait till her mouth can enrich the smile that her eyes began. A poor life this, if, full of care, we have no time to stand and stare. So this poem kind of causes the reader to think about maybe slowing down, enjoy life, enjoy surroundings, make observations. And so it uses the couplet form to do that. Of course, you can use the couplet form in a humorous way as well. Here was one written by a humorous poet, Ogden Nash. He said, "The trouble with a kitten is that eventually it becomes a cat." And so in that one, it's only 2 lines long, and it was the trouble with something. Here's another one that was also written by Ogden Nash, and he says this: "The Lord in his wisdom made the fly, and then forgot to tell us why. It's called The Fly by Ogden Nash." 2 lines that rhyme and kind of make you laugh as you think through it. So I challenge you today, think about some poems that you could write that have 2 lines, and each of them could make me laugh, or they could tell me a story, or they could share a message or cause me to think about something today. Remember, have fun with it. It shouldn't be a stressful thing. Have fun, enjoy, go on a walk, just make observations, see what you can come up with, and then share your thoughts with us. Thank you. Enjoy the couplet.